Hello, trainers. Welcome back to Trainer TV. This is Aaron. Wanted to start doing some TCG news here on the channel. So I thought this next set coming up would be a great place to start. Now, this next set in Japan is called, or the translation is, Emerald Break. However, our set will be called Roaring Skies, and that will be for America, released in May, and the Japanese release is coming up very soon on March 14th. So I wanted to just get kind of a first look at this set coming up. They have some cards that have been revealed, so we can look at those. So we're over here on the Poke Beach. Just getting a first look. It says we've received exclusive information that the next English set will be named Roaring Skies. It will hit the store shelves May 6th and will contain over 100 cards. The set will feature a horde of dragon-type Pokemon and will be themed after the sky and the edge of space. All right. Reference to the Delta episode. We can confirm that the set includes Mega Rayquaza, Mega Latios, Thundurus, Hydreigon, Deoxys, Dragonite, and Zekrom. There will be 11 new Pokemon EX, including 4 Mega Evolution Pokemon. Interesting. Let's see what. There'll be 2 new energy types. Looks like Mega Turbo Energy and Double Dragon. Ooh. Double Dragon. That sounds dangerous. There's some awesome dragon types. So I wonder if Kingdra will get a boost. I know. I'm always on Kingdra. But this is a set we will definitely be opening up here on Trainer TV. And I'm also going to get the Japanese one. So I think that will be, well, I can't say that for sure. That'll probably be our second Japanese set or booster box that we open up here. I still have the first one on the way. Kind of revealing a surprise there, but wanted to do some Japanese cards as well, so we're going to get into that. But let's hop over to this tab and look at some of these cards. Now, several cards have been revealed from Emerald Break from the official Japanese Pokemon card site, including very interesting Stadium card. We also received a partial peek at Mega Rayquaza EX, or Rayquaza, from the set's accompanying battle deck. Okay. So, interesting, thanks to Vincent for the translations. So let's look at these. This Shaymin-EX, I'll just read it for you guys. First, once during your turn, this is his ability setup. You may play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. I will get into how crazy this will become in a minute. Sky Return is his attack, 2 colorless, 30 damage, and you return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. Alright. So, this card is going to be so crazy. There used to be a card, actually it was a Uxie, that when you dropped it from your hand to your bench, you drew up to 7 cards. This one's the same, except you get 1 less. But his attack is almost the same as well. The old Uxie did 20 damage and you returned him to your deck. This one does 30 damage, but you return him to your hand. So it's, I mean, it's crazy. You just play him down. You know, if you want to get him back or get some easy damage in, throw a double colorless energy on him, maybe even a muscle band, go hit for 50 and return him to your hand. All right, so, and then you drop him again the next turn. So it's draw 6, attack, draw 6, draw 6, draw 6, going back to your hand, as long as you're attacking. If not, just keep it on your bench. And there is a stadium card that will definitely have this, as well as many decks X out. So, like I mentioned over here, it's going to be called Roaring Skies for the Americas, and it's like already just showing you the amount of bird Pokemon and dragon Pokemon, just anything that flies. That is going to be in this set. So shout out to Bird Keeper Toby. If he got onto the TCG, this is his set. But anyways, there's a new ancient trait out called Evolution. And it looks great so far. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, even if that Pokemon was put into play this turn, or if it's your first turn. Wow. Okay. So, you get to evolve right away, and you don't have to wait, so it's going to that's a horrible explanation. Anyways, you do not have to wait that extra turn. That means the stage 2 decks are going to start boosting up again in speed. Like I mentioned before, in my how to build a stage 2 deck and my Kingdom video, I'm talking about the speed of these stage 2s, and they're going to keep increasing. Stage 2s back in the day played Claydol or Uxie. Now we have him again in the form of Shaymin. We have Claydol almost again in the form, actually there's a few forms of him, Slurpuff being one of them. Even though he's not as good as the old guy. But here, let's look at the Swallow here. Here's another ancient trait. It's called Plus. Take one more prize card if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this Pokemon's attack. So you can maybe have him sitting on your bench, and then when the time comes and you only need 30 or 50 damage, you retreat, throw him up, and hit for that prize, and draw another one. So there's going to be some very interesting strategies that go along with these evolution and as well as plus ancient traits. Skarmory. Okay, so here's the setup Pokemon. This would be a great one to start with. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. His second attack is 30 plus damage. It's 30 more damage if there's a stadium in play. He's pretty good starter Pokemon, especially if you have a stadium. You set up your bench and then you do 60 on turn 2. Like I said, he'll get knocked out, but at least you're setting up. Wingull, nothing too special, just 1 energy, attacks for 10 damage. Now, this first trainer, or this supporter, in fact, this is going to start to get interesting here, as well as the stadium we're going to look at. This is Winona. Search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Alright, so as you can see, all these birds here, as well as Shaymin is a colorless Pokemon. So you're going to use this supporter right away to set up your Shaymin. That is nasty. Oh man. That's going to be so crazy. All right, now let's look at the Skyfield. This is where things just... The way the game is played is going to change with this set. Skyfield, ready? Both players may have up to 8 benched Pokemon. Oh, wow. And then the other effect is if the stadium is no longer in play, each player discards their benched Pokemon until there are 5 benched Pokemon left. Now, this one's going to see some interesting strategies, I think. But just right off, there's 2 new mechanics for you guys. The Shaymin being one of them, maybe paired with this Winona, and then Skyfield being another one. And there's already decks out there that take advantage of how many benched Pokemon you have or that are in play altogether, and that just might go nuts here in this set. Mega Latios, it's a really horrible image here. These are just first looks, keep in mind, guys. When one of your Pokemon becomes a Mega Evolution, your turn ends like any other Mega. We do not know what this attack does, but we do know it costs a water, psychic, and colorless energy. But other than this, its weakness is fairy. Huh. Yeah, there's not enough information yet because it's not a clear scan. Same with this. Rayquaza. It has a wild ability. Here's another ability. Damage to this Pokemon. Oh. Damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's grass, fire, water, and electric Pokemon is reduced by 20 damage. That's 4 type coverages that this guy is taking care of. It's negative 20 from all of those types. So I feel we're going to see a lot of fairies after this set because these dragons are going to run wild. If we don't get some fairy decks out there. And luckily we do have a very good, actually maybe a few really good fairy decks that can be built now. And then there's just this Shaymin-EX. There's 3 of these. This the 3 energy one. 40 damage plus reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. This attack does 40 damage for each water energy you find, and you can shuffle those water energies back into your deck. The 4 energy cost is Hydro Tackle, 120 damage, and it does 20 damage to yourself. So this is very underwhelming for the awesome Pokemon we just saw. Mega Turbo, attach 1 basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Mega Evolved Pokemon in play. So that actually is really cool. One thing I should mention here, this Mega Rayquaza, is its attack. We don't know what exactly it is. We don't know the energy cost, but it does 300 damage. So we shall see. Maybe if it's a double dragon, you know, we'll have that double dragon energy already. So some wild things going to happen in this next set, guys. So be on the lookout. Playtest, we'll be doing a lot of playtesting here on Trainer TV for this set, as well as some of these crazy new decks that we'll be trying out. So make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned. And there goes my Skype. Yeah.